Today I'm going to show you how to do a Wheel of the Year card spread. Hi, I'm Veronica from Earth Mother Apothecary. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to show you how to do a Wheel of the Year card spread that you can do for yourself to kind of get a forecast of what your year ahead is going to look like and give you a little peek into the future. So for this spread, you can use any kind of card you want, whether it's tarot, Lenormand, oracle cards, playing cards, whatever it is that you like, you can use it. But you will need 3 different decks of cards. So this spread uses a lot of cards. There's 36 cards. So some people get intimidated by that, but I'm telling you, it's not a hard spread to do. So don't let the number of cards, make you shy away. So basically what we're going to do is we're going to have 3 decks of cards and we're going to pull 1 card from each deck for each month of the year. So it's called the Wheel of the Year spread because generally you lay the cards out in a circle, January in the 1 position on a clock, February in 2, March in 3, and so on and so forth until you complete the year in December. That can get a little taxing for people. People get a little weirded out by the circle because they're moving around and the cards get shifted. So don't feel like you're stuck with just doing a circle. Other people I know lay cards out like this. So they'd put January here, February, then March here, April here, and then they'd go below, May, June, July, August, and then September, October, November, December. That's really a personal preference. Whatever is easiest for you is, again, as long as you have the 3 separate decks of cards. Now, the reason you need 3 different decks of cards is because you are going to need 1 card to represent your theme, the theme of the month, every month. The second deck is going to be for your obstacles or opportunities for each month. And the third deck is going to tell you who you're going to be working with or what kind of energy it is that you're going to be working with. So for the who I'm going to be working with deck, I always like to work with a deck that actually has a person on. So the deck that I'm going to use today for this tutorial or whatever you'd like to call it is the Ascended Masters deck because, well, there is actually someone listed on each card, so that's helpful to tell you who you're going to work with each month. You could certainly use a tarot deck to get the energy of that month that you're going to be working with instead, or like the goddess cards, which have like the butterfly maiden and Pele and all that kind of stuff, tell you a different goddess that you're working with. There are also certain angel cards. They'll have a specific angel on each card that would tell you who you'd be working with that month as well. So again, the choice is yours. It's a completely personal preference. And, just pick whatever feels comfortable for you. So today for the themes card, I have Kyle Gray's The Keepers of the Light. So you're going to want to clear them how you normally would, shuffle them, and everything, okay? But you're going to want to do this separate for each deck because you're going to have to do it several times. So I'm going to start and I'm just going to go through January, okay? So right now I've cleared my deck. I'm shuffling. Do it however you like. And I'm just going to ask, so what is the theme of my life for January 2020, right? That's what I'm asking. And you're going to shuffle them however it is that you do. I'm not going to tell you how to shuffle them or when to stop or if you need to cut the deck. That's totally up to you. If you're doing this, you probably have some experience with cards. And so it's however they call to you, however you read your cards. So again, this is just for the sake of showing you this spread, and I'm not actually reading these cards. This is not an actual reading. I'm just kind of going through the motions and showing you. So I'm asking it, focusing my energy, what is the theme of my life for January 2020? Okay. And then I'll pick a card. So, Ancestor Spirit, White Eagle. That's what I got for my theme for January 2020. Next, I'm going to move on to these Healing with the Angels. I like these because they're very simple and straight to the point. And these decks that I chose today are because I had them in my office. Excuse me. So this is going to be our Obstacles or Opportunities deck. So again, clear them however you want. Shuffle them and just ask it, what is my obstacle or opportunity for the month of January 2020? You know, however you shuffle them, it's fine. What is my obstacle or opportunity for the month of January 2020? Okay, when you're ready, pick a card. And this one says spiritual growth. And then I'm going to move on to my third and final deck. Clear it again, start shuffling. And I'm going to ask you, who am I working with in the month of January 2020? Okay, shuffling them up. Who am I working with in January 2020? Perfect. Pick a card. Let's see, who did I get? And I got Saint Germain. Okay. So now what I do is I lay my cards together like this. And I, again, 1 o'clock for January, 2 o'clock for February, 3 o'clock for March, and go around in a circle. I keep mine in a circle just because that's the way I learned this, and that's the way I continue to do it, because I like the way it looks, and then I can just take a picture of my full circle when I'm done. So I have my cards, my theme for the month, my obstacle or opportunity, and then who I'm working with. Then I would continue. You know, I have this here, I have laid out. I would continue. I wouldn't stop to read these cards now. I would have them set out, and I would go around and I would do February through December. So I lay all the cards out for the entire year before I read them, because I'd rather do that then, and then I can sit back and look and see, and then see how they all play together, how the months kind of flow into each other. That's just my preference. You can certainly read each month as you go if you so choose. So, all right, we'll say I went around and did my entire year, and now I'm back at January. So now I would start looking at it. Now, again, this is not a real reading. I'm just kind of going through. You read the cards the way you want to read them. But I would look at this and I would say, okay, it's ancestor spirit for my theme. So that to me tells me that I need to get in touch better with my ancestors, with my lineage. I need to maybe sit and take time to connect with them, maybe do an offering to my specific ancestors daily, some kind of a devotion to them maybe, just so that I can kind of build that personal connection with them even further. It could also mean that there's a pattern or a cycle that's been happening within my lineage that it's time for me to stop or to work on so that it does not continue. But it's something to do with my ancestry, with my lineage, and so that's what I'm going to be working on in January. Then I go back and I say, okay, what's my obstacle or opportunity this month? And I have spiritual growth. So what is that going to tell me? That means that usually the obstacle and the opportunity are the same. It's both an obstacle and an opportunity. So maybe I might feel challenged. Maybe I might be being challenged with spiritual growth. Maybe I don't feel like I'm growing fast enough, or I'm not growing the way I want. But on the same hand, through this theme of the month and this ancestral stuff that's going on that I'm working on, I will grow spiritually. So through this, I'm gaining the opportunity of spiritual growth. And then who's going to be working with me? And that's Saint Germain. So I can call on Saint Germain to help me. And it says, work your magic. So that for me, again, it does go hand in hand with this. This is the ancestral lineage, or maybe I need to stop a cycle. And I'm going to be growing my spirituality, and I'm going to be gaining in my own personal power and in my magic, and strengthening my ancestral line by doing so. So through this, you know, Saint Germain, I believe, also works with, is he the one that works with the violet flame, which goes along with healing modalities and things like that. But I can call on him anytime I'm having any trouble going through the month, especially if it has to do with this other stuff. I can call on him to give me some advice, to help me out, to lend me a hand, so to speak. Okay, so that's what I did for January. And then I'm going to go around and I'm going to assess each month thereafter. So what I like to do is take a picture of the wheel itself, and then I take a closer picture of each individual month. And I'll just, through my camera app, I'll just put, you know, January 2020. So when I'm looking back at it later, I can be like, you know, what is this? I don't have to do that. I know this is my reading from January 2020. What I've seen other people do after I've showed them is they've actually taken and written a summary of each month and wrote it down and put it next to the cards and taken a picture of that way. That way they have it and their summary. And what I like to do is I like to look at it before the month and just kind of get a feel for what's coming ahead. And so each month I would just take a look at my phone, go through the pictures and see, okay, so say February is coming up. Okay, February is coming up. I know this is what's going to be happening. This is my theme, so I can prepare for it. And then I look at it again at the end of the month and I see what I learned. And sometimes, you know, take notes on that. What did I learn? What did I gain from this? And then again at the end of the year, this is my favorite part, is at the end of the year. Well, actually, I can't say the end of the year. It's the following January. I go back and I look at my picture of the wheel. I look at all my summaries and I see what came to me, what message I got from each of these and what I summarized was going to happen for each month. And then I look back and I remember what was actually happening during those months. And it's, you know, a good time to compare and contrast and see what I got out of this and how they, you know, and that's a good way for me to gauge how good my information I'm getting is also. And then after I would do that, I would go and I would do my next spread for that year. So I hope that you learned a little something here today. I hope you're going to try this Wheel of the Year spread because it is so wonderful for gaining a little insight into your upcoming year. If you like this video and you want to see more videos like this, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and hit the bell button so you can get notifications every time I have new videos. Thank you so much for watching, and I'm wishing you herbal blessings and good health.